Multiple sources have confirmed that U.S. officials have been informed of Israel's complete readiness to launch a military operation against Iran. In anticipation of possible retaliation, particularly against American sites in neighboring Iraq, the U.S. has taken precautionary measures, including advising American citizens to leave the region. Earlier on Wednesday, the State Department ordered all non-emergency government personnel to depart from Iraq, citing heightened regional tensions. Additionally, according to a defense official, the Pentagon has authorized military family members stationed throughout the Middle East to voluntarily evacuate. Despite these developments, President Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, is still expected to meet with Iranian officials for a sixth round of negotiations concerning Iran's nuclear program in the coming days, as confirmed by two U.S. officials. At an event held at the Kennedy Center on Wednesday evening, President Trump addressed the situation, explaining that Americans were advised to leave the region because it could be a dangerous place, and we'll see what happens. He emphasized the U.S. position on Iran's nuclear capabilities, stating, "We're not going to allow that," in reference to Iran potentially developing a nuclear weapon. When asked at the White House about why dependents of military personnel were being allowed to voluntarily leave the region, Trump responded, "You'll have to see." Meanwhile, Iranian Defense Minister Aziz Nasirzadeh issued a stern warning during a press briefing on Wednesday. He stated that if nuclear negotiations were to fail and a conflict is imposed on us, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps would target all U.S. bases in the host countries. A U.S. official and a source familiar with the matter told that the Trump administration is actively evaluating options to support potential Israeli military action without directly leading it. Possible support options include intelligence sharing and aerial refueling, though no official commitment has been made, according to the U.S. official. The source added that it is unlikely the support will involve direct use of U.S. B-2 bombers, which are capable of deploying the type of ordnance necessary to penetrate Iran's deeply fortified underground uranium enrichment facilities at sites like Fordo and Natanz. Without these bombers, Israeli military action alone is unlikely to fully eliminate Iran's underground nuclear infrastructure. The U.S. official also noted that Washington might assist in defending Israel from Iranian ballistic missiles in the event of a counterattack similar to the U.S. support provided during the tit-for-tat exchanges between Iran and Israel in April and October of 2024. Amid rising tensions, the UK Maritime Trade Organization on Wednesday issued an alert, urging ships to exercise caution in the Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz, and Gulf of Oman. These regions are critical to global oil transportation, and the advisory cited increased tensions within the region, which could lead to an escalation of military activity. Both Israeli officials and spokespeople from the White House have declined to comment on the situation. The Trump administration has continued its efforts to broker a deal that would limit Iran's nuclear ambitions. International monitoring bodies have reported that Iran has persisted in enriching uranium to levels approaching those required for a nuclear weapon. Despite ongoing negotiations, the path to an agreement remains uncertain. Trump has insisted on a complete cessation of uranium enrichment by Iran, a condition that Iranian leaders have publicly rejected. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has long expressed deep skepticism about any agreement with Iran. Since Iran's 1979 revolution, the two nations have remained bitter adversaries. Netanyahu's office has previously acknowledged Israel's execution of countless overt and covert operations aimed at hindering Iran's nuclear advancement. Last month, Trump revealed publicly that he had urged Netanyahu not to strike Iran at this time, citing the sensitivity of the ongoing negotiations. "I told him this would be inappropriate to do right now because we're very close to a solution," Trump said. Iran's nuclear program dates back several decades. While the Iranian government maintains that its program is for peaceful purposes, its intentions have long been scrutinized. In 2015, former President Barack Obama secured a landmark nuclear agreement with Iran that significantly limited the country's uranium enrichment efforts. Netanyahu opposed the deal, alleging that Iran had secretly violated its terms. President Trump withdrew the U.S. from the agreement during his first term and subsequently imposed stricter sanctions on Iran. In response, Iran expanded its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. According to a report published 2 weeks ago by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, Iran had enriched 408.6 kilograms of uranium to a 60% purity level, alarmingly close to the 90% enrichment level required for a nuclear weapon. This represents a considerable increase from the IAEA's February estimate of 274.8 kilograms. Earlier Wednesday, during testimony before Congress, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stated, "There are plenty of indications that they have been moving their way towards something that would look a lot like a nuclear weapon."